Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Paula Reed joins us now. Paula, we're apparently just learning about this in the last few minutes from the court. What's going on?
So this is significant because, as you said, this is really the first time that President Trump has gotten a win from the high court since he came back to the White House and has undertaken this expansive effort to reshape the federal government. Now here, the Supreme Court is allowing him to block $65 million in Department of Education grants meant for states to help with teacher shortages. Now these grants were allegedly targeted because they contain some DEI initiatives. Now, I want to caveat, while this is a win for the administration, it's sort of a lowercase w win because this is one of the lesser known challenges in this parade of cases that is heading to the Supreme Court related to things that Trump has done since he took office. There's still outstanding questions about whether the Supreme Court will uphold his effort to do away with birthright citizenship or use war powers to facilitate deportations. His lawyers have always told me, Casey, they are confident that even if these policies are blocked at the lower court, that once these ideas, these questions got before that conservative supermajority, that they would prevail. But it's unclear that will be true. I will note in this case that Chief Justice John Roberts sided with the 3 liberal justices dissenting in this decision.
Very interesting. All right, Paula Reed for us there. Paula, thank you. Chuck,
Oh boy, let's start this thing off right this week, y'all. What's going on, family? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. We are rooting for America. We are rooting for this administration. Prayers for Trump and the Trump administration, man. Another massive win in the Supreme Court is going down. DEI didn't earn... Rick, say it out loud and proud, sir. Didn't earn it. Defund these activist judges, remove them, impeach them, put them on the plane, send them to El Salvador. They got to go. President Trump is against all these roaches. We got to pull out that big old ball of raid. But we just keep winning, family. I know they say, Rick, sir, look at the market, sir. Look at the market. Trust the process. We are playing. And as you see now, we got huge things with these tariffs. We got more breaking news coming on that. Y'all are not going to want to miss it. People are they're caving in, bending the knee. And chess, not checkers. It's happening in real time. He's doing exactly what he campaigned on. And hey, we enjoying the process. God bless the beautiful patriots. Let's jump into this. And we even had Pam Bondi talking about this situation. She hit it right on the nail. Some of y'all are calling her Scam Bondi because we're not, we still wait on a couple things from her. And for her to get a little more harder, where's that truckload of evidence? Release all the list. Release all the files. We waiting on you, Pam. We waiting. Y'all been a little bit too soft. And I need to see more of these Tesla tariffs get about 10, 15, 20 years. Oh, man. Let's jump in, family. Well, we got the clip pulled up right here. But again, you guys, we are rooting for this administration. We're rooting for America, for Americans, for we the people, for the common sense. Yes, indeed, man. And again, if you're new here, join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go and jump in.
Friday night, 5-4 at the Supreme Court. You got a win with respect to cuts at the Department of Education. But the court did go against you on issues of foreign aid being paid out. How do you think these issues of executive power, when they get to the court, ultimately on the merits, will go? Because the court has told executives no when it comes to things like student loans or recess appointments.
Sure. I think we're going to be very successful on all these. So the one you just brought up, the DEI, that was Department of Education. So we represent all the various agencies, and all of these 170 lawsuits have to do with all the agencies across the board. This particular one, though, was very important because the court said that President Trump can control where our tax dollars go and what they're allocated for. And we do not have to spend them on DEI. And that's what was happening. So the ramifications of that are huge for our country, and that impacts every single agency.
The reality is that this Supreme Court ruling sets the national precedent that President Trump's federal ban on DEI is now undeniably the law of the land. However, even though this is a huge win for President Trump and really the country as a whole, that CNN report was actually correct about just one thing. You see, this Supreme Court decision was a little bit close. It was 5-4, with Chief Justice John Roberts voting against President Trump's executive order. Now, for those of you that regularly watch the channel, you'll know that Chief Justice John Roberts has some suspicious connections, to say the least. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I suggest summary. It would appear as if Chief Justice John Roberts is a member of a very curious, secret, invite-only group of progressive judges.
A lot of y'all, we've already went through this. We've already went through this, family.
In fact, many of the progressive judges that have been blocking President Trump's executive orders on the federal level across the country are also members of this invite-only group. So what this means is that many of President Trump's upcoming Supreme Court cases, including whether or not he can end birthright citizenship or invoke the Alien Enemies Act to deport illegal immigrants, or whether or not he can federally ban gender-affirming care.
What's the point of elections? The district judge thinks they outrank the president. And we just don't have a country, you know?
Really comes down to whether or not Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett rules in his favor. Because, folks, I hate to say it, but I do regrettably think it's safe to say, Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts isn't going to be doing Trump or America any favors. And so, of course, the big problem with this dynamic is that Justice Barrett isn't exactly reliably constitutionally conservative either. She's been known to rule alongside the radical progressives from time to time. So once again, although this ruling about diversity, equity, and inclusion really is an absolutely massive win, we're still not quite out of the weeds yet. And so you know what? To give you guys a little bit of an update on President Trump's ongoing legal battles against all of these hyper-progressive partisan federal judges, take a look at this.
Now what we're seeing is every day President Trump and the Trump administration are being sued by Democrat state attorneys general, by left-wing activist groups, and they're going out and forum shopping. They're seeking the most radical left-wing judges who are issuing nationwide injunctions that are an absolute abuse of power. Any injunction should cover the parties to a case and not people who are not parties to the case. And I will tell you, the volume of it is truly unprecedented. So in the first 2 months of the Trump administration, we have seen 37 nationwide injunctions issued against the Trump administration. That is more than the entirety, both terms of George W. Bush, both terms of Barack Obama, and Joe Biden's 4 years. All of those added together, the first 2 months of Trump have more nationwide injunctions. This is left-wing activists wearing robes trying to seize policy making from the elected president of the United States. It's wholly illegitimate.
He always look like he's from the fall asleep. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said that. They say, Rick, sir, you didn't need to say that, sir. He always look like he's from the fall asleep, though. Oh, man.
Legitimate.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, regrettably, we are still in the thick of it. Pretty much every single one of these federal injunctions are going to need to go all the way up to the Supreme Court. And as we talked about earlier, it's a close court. Really, it's an unpredictable court. And you know, I have to say, it really is just absolutely astounding that all of these far-left, radically progressive...
Put the judge on the plane! Send Muffin Top James to El Salvador. Look at his muffin top. Muffin Top James. Hey, sir. Sir. Take your robe off, sir. Ma'am,
federal judges have been allowed to file all of these nationally sweeping federal injunctions in the first place. But hey, here's some good news. There actually is a very small chance that the U.S. Supreme Court issues a ruling saying that at a fundamental level, these nationwide injunctions are actually in conflict with the U.S. Constitution. In fact, in both 2018 and 2020, various members of the U.S. Supreme Court have issued critiques of national injunctions, with Justice Gorsuch specifically saying that national injunctions risk, quote, turning every district judge into a national policymaker. Sound familiar, folks? Yeah, that is exactly what has happened.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the truth. With yesterday's DEI ruling, we are off to a very good start, and we do have...
Didn't earn it. Y'all seen that last video we posted last week of that lady, the Democrat so-called leader, admitting that she was a DEI hire. I'm not qualified, but I am black. And because I am black, you should hire me. She literally said that in front of everybody. You know, and people think when it comes to DEI, they always think black people. You know, getting it totally wrong. Boy, we just keep winning, man. Get all this crap out of here. Taking out the garbage. Woo!
have to be thankful for the wins that we do get, because once again, as of yesterday afternoon, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is now federally banned. And so, as we said earlier, there are some very big issues that are going to be heading to the Supreme Court very soon. Whether or not President Trump can single-handedly end birthright citizenship or invoke the Alien Enemies Act to deport illegal immigrants, or whether or not he can federally ban gender-affirming care, the next couple of months really do have the potential to change the entire future of this country. If President Trump gets the Supreme Court's approval to unquestioningly move ahead with his America First agenda, this country really will be reborn almost overnight. But you know what? As things stand right now, DEI is gone, and all of the far left's anti-American racist ideologies are no longer getting taught in American public schools. And you know what? Let's be positive here. That is probably a good sign of things to come from the Supreme Court, because hey, they did just vote to shut down DEI.
Woo.
And you know what? I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, that is one step along the path of making America great again.
Take our wins. We gotta take our wins. Win. Are you tired of winning? You know what I'm saying? But we rocking and rolling, family. We definitely want to start this week off on a good note. You know, a lot is happening. A lot of things are being predicted right now. And again, we're against the media, the fake news. A lot of fear mongering still taking place. Fake headlines, bias. You know, they can't tell the truth. Propaganda. You know, and there are people out there that are still wishing the worst for America. Even Americans want us to fail. You know, but we're gonna keep winning, man. And we send our prayers once again to Trump and Trump administration, man. Prayers for Trump, you guys. You know, but we'll take our wins, man. Let me know what y'all think about this one. I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. I hope y'all have an amazing start to your week. That you have an amazing rest of the month of April. Can we shut down the taxes before we got about 8 more days now? Can we shut the tax thing down? Some of y'all ain't filed, huh? I know them Patriots say, Rick, we ain't filed. Rick, we boycotting. I know, I'm with them Patriots. They say I'm not filing this year. Some of y'all done filed them extension, and some of y'all say hey, I'm with y'all, family. I'm with y'all. Yeah, but we got 8 more days. Let me know how you feeling about all this, man. Let me know. I love keeping updating. I love talking to you guys. I love being very, very transparent, man. That's the best part about this channel and being part of the family. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you follow me on X. I'm following everybody back on my Twitter X account. Everybody that follows gets a follow back. And hey, I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, you guys.